Clyde by the Goo Goo Dolls. Of course, right here on Dan Radio Style. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. Loving life, man. Good times are going on. A lot of change happening, especially in my life, and a lot of crazy stuff. I'll probably cover it. Planning on doing a live video today. I'm going to actually record 3 of these today. So I think I'm going to try to do my first live. We'll see, hopefully. But I was going to mention some of this stuff that's been going on during that because it just seemed more appropriate. And like that helps anybody right here, right now. But anyway, how to love purely. One of the key things about, the ultimate expression of love. A lot of us talk about love, unconditional love, a lot of these different kinds of aspects, and really having these sorts of feelings and emanating that vibration. We've constantly talked about how the law of attraction is really the vibration that's what your energy is, what you're vibrating out to everyone else, what your ripple is made of harmonically. That is what you're attracting back to yourself. So if you're grumpy and frustrated, it's kind of going to keep coming back to you, which is going to create more grumpy and frustrated because so many people are waiting for something on the outside to show them this happiness, and then they'll feel happy. And it's the other way around. It's backwards. And that's what's so hard for so many people new to law of attraction, certainly, but just new to the spiritual stuff too, is how we feel is what creates our realities after the effect. It's not that what happens creates the feeling. It's if it's happening that way, I should say, then your happiness is based off an outward expression. It's based off of something outside of yourself. It's based off of something that you have no control over versus being based off something you do have control over, which is how you feel initially, how you choose to feel about things. So a lot of people wonder about love. I don't know how I went off on that tangent, but maybe it'll come into play. Maybe it won't. You never know. You never know with me. But loving someone unconditionally, coming really into that, there's a lot of people that wonder if we're actually capable of doing that, of unconditional love, like that godly love. And I'm getting all this stuff because I finished a couple books on my travels, and I had a chance to finish up that Neil Donald Walsh, Conversations with God, book 3. What is it? Oh, it's right here. Here it is. It's this book here. It's called A New and Unexpected Dialogue. I believe I have a link in the bottom. But it's a great book. Really, really good book. And finally getting through it all, I kind of earmarked a few places and really looked at it and said, wow, these are really great examples. And the question that it was is, I am a fouled or faulted, or I'm someone that's made mistakes. How could I possibly ever live to that height? I know, conceptually what unconditional love is. I get it. But, when someone says something and I get mad and I slash out, or when maybe the baby keeps crying, I know I love my child, but oh my Lord, just give me 4 minutes of pure joy, of no, silence. Again, a lot of these times we feel that we can't do that. We're not capable, and so we almost cut ourselves off from it. And one of the best things about experiencing these things is while you're experiencing it, you're vibrating it. You're being it. You are it. It is the most powerful form of manifestation. And for those of us that are trying to manifest love into our lives, without a doubt, this is one of the most powerful ways to attract more love into your life is by giving more love out, by vibrating more love. Essentially, giving love out is vibrating love. When you vibrate love, people you bump into, situations you'll have, it's an amazing thing, and you'll have an opportunity to give love. Trust me, if that becomes your reasoning or your purpose for the day, if you will notice a lot of great things come into your circle. So a lot of us may go, I don't think I can do this. I'm pretty sure I can't. I don't think I've ever truly had that level of pure love. And the thing that was pointed out here, and I give a couple examples that really do kind of seal it for all of us. It's like, oh yeah, I have done that. So how about those times where maybe you've held your own child for your first time? Love, right? That level of love, that moment of this is beyond me. This is beyond what, that is unconditional love. That is exactly what you were experiencing. That is something you are capable and have experienced before, and something that we should try to experience more often. There could very well be a place, maybe you've walked into some wonderful natural place like Yosemite or the Redwoods. Oh my God, the first time I saw the Redwoods in California, oh my God. Now, there's probably I haven't seen the Great Pyramid of Giza. I haven't seen Machu Picchu. There's a whole slew of amazing places around the world that I have not seen, but I've definitely seen some very cool things. Grand Canyon, I've seen that. That is an amazing sight. It is awe-inspiring when you see something like that. It almost truly changes you because you realize how small we are, yet how big we are. There's this cool dichotomy that really exists. But again, that same level of awe and appreciation, that same level of wow is love. I'll get into why, but just go with me for a sec. What about a work of art? Have you ever seen a piece of art that is so beautiful? Maybe a painting. Maybe you're one of these people that just sees, the world. Ooh, or a photographer, right? That perfect shot, just perfect. You just like the suns or whatever, and it's right there, and all the angles and the whatever the heck photographers talk about when they're in closed doors. Other than, hey, so yeah, I'm exposing film, but it's digital now. It's pretty cool. Exactly. What? I don't know. But that being said, something just tangibly beautiful that you've seen captured. What about, this could sound stupid, but something that inspires that feeling of love? What about that stuffed animal? Maybe that one that your mom that passed away 10 years ago. Sorry for your loss, right? That stuffed animal that she left you before she passed. Or maybe there's that stuffed animal that reminds you of something, or that one that your loved one gave you, or your significant person. The stuffed animal that they gave you that was so significant, so special, so beautiful. Right? These same moments are what could cause that feelings to come in. What about the night sky? Some of us, this gets me sometimes when it's a real clear night and you can almost see the Milky Way, right? Or you can see the beautiful, the stars, or maybe a comet. There's been times I got to see Halley's way back when, and Halley's, some people call it, I don't know. And a few others, actually. There's a Hale-Bopp, and there's a few of them I remember seeing. A lot of beautiful things that sometimes you see in the night sky and you're like, oh my God, that is amazing. And now, so here's where I circle back around. A lot of you are like, how's that love? That's like just being awe and inspiration. And this was the question that Neil put back to God in his Conversations with God book. But he's like, nah, it's just awe and appreciation. And God's like, that is the highest form of love. Because when you're looking at something in awe and appreciation, and just loving it for what it is, you expect nothing in return. You expect nothing back. You expect nothing for what you're giving. You are giving love and affection to that thing, and you have no desire for it to give you anything back. That is the furthest thing from your mind. That is pure love. If we can emanate that towards ourselves, towards life, towards nature, towards your baby, towards whatever, then you're feeling that, you're vibrating that. If you can get yourself to that feeling place and then create a thought transmission, this is law of attraction in motion, in my opinion. This is when you start to understand the mechanics and you get this ball rolling, and then you're like, all right, once I got that one going, then use that momentum over here. So you use these feelings to get yourself to that loving place. You get yourself to that truly loving, awe-inspiring, I just love you, and I don't care if you love me back. I don't care if you ever call me. I don't care if you ever text me. I don't care, because I love you. I love you. I always love you. I always will love you, even if I never get to be with you again. I love you now and shall ever, forever love you. Then you, my friend, are on track. You are heading in that direction where you're emanating real love, no neediness, no desires of any kind. And what can happen? A lot of you are like, well, what's the point? Well, the point is when you do finally have that beautiful, loving relationship with someone, that's when that reciprocation's allowed to happen. Until then, it's a meaningless thing. So love them, because the love is what does the attracting. the action and reaction can happen, and certainly can happen through this process, depending on where you're at with this. Is it an ex? Is it someone you know? Is it someone you don't know? You know, there are a couple of people that are going after famous people. All right, you know, like all the stuff works the same. It doesn't matter. Famous just makes it interesting, frankly, for us in our minds. That's the only thing. It's just like, all right, well, it's easy to attract anybody. I want to attract someone like crazy specific. All right, you know, George Clooney's the guy you want knocking on your door, then good on you. I mean, he's a good looking dude, you know? I'd probably be like, really, you're gay? I'm not, but, well, come on in, let's talk. I mean, serious, I'm joking, of course, to a degree. Who knows? It's George Clooney, right? But again, having fun. That's how it goes. So again, on appreciation, really, truly loving, getting to your feeling place of that, and you can have yourself an amazing experience. Wow, I wrote a whole bunch of small stuff here. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So here's, I think this was something that, quote, God was writing back to Neil. And it's kind of a cool little quote. And I wrote it down because I didn't want to have to break open the book in this particular one. When you love for the sheer beauty of it, for the sheer wonder of it, for the sheer joy of it, for the happiness it brings you to feel that energy glowing inside of you and sent out from you, you are loving purely. Let me say that one more time. This is loving purely to its utmost degree. When you love for the sheer beauty of it, for the sheer wonder of it, for the sheer joy of it, for the happiness it brings you to feel that energy glowing inside of you and sent out from you, you are loving purely. When you love because it just feels good to love, it feels good to love. And then on top of that, maybe you even understand that when it feels good to love, that means I'm vibrating a good feeling. And if I'm vibrating a good feeling and there's things I'm trying to attract in my life, that is helping me for sure. Unquestionably. If I'm having negative thoughts, I know personally myself, I go, that's not helping me try to get to where I'm trying to go. Vibrating in a loving feeling does. It's a very powerful, powerful thing. I hope this helps. I hope this makes a difference. It's certainly nice to be back in the game here doing some videos. I don't know if this is the one I'm going to publish first or not, because I think I'm going to do one live today, so that'll probably go live. So this will be, technically, this is my first one, though, for those of you paying attention of the group. But yeah, good stuff coming. Yeah. Ultimate Love, got another couple I'm going to be doing, of course, so always sticking around for the Dan RadioStyle thing. Going out with a great song by my friends Matchbox 20, because I hang out with them all the time. I'm totally kidding, I don't. But the song's called Back to Good, Dan RadioStyle.
Good.